River is just a beast. I have no clue what the lyrics are. When he does it, it's on such a high level. He should definitely use it more, man. It's a really sick bass sound, for real. Yo, what's up, my current Beatbox? Welcome back to another nice video with your boy Madox, aka Man of Culture. We are in the second round of River vs Colaps at the GBB Finals 2021. We are going straight into the video, but first, subscribe to my channel. You done? Let's go. Let me analyze that. Switch.
Let me teach you how to count. 1, 2, 3. All together. 1, 2, 3, 2.
Too fast.
So the one look at the general. So the one the grammatical. Everybody like they don't know the program. Don't know the program. Voices.
Snare.
Switch.
Alright, that was the second round of River. My first impression is, again, really nice structure, super sick sound design. The snare. Can't really copy it. But I think it's like a double voice inwards combined with a spit snare. It's so dope, man. And the technical level is really crazy. The only problem is, especially at the beginning, he had some timing issues. And you can tell he was struggling in executing the technical parts in the beginning. So that was my first impression. And you know what? Let's get straight into the details. This trick at the beginning. Why? That's like one of the cheapest tricks ever, for real. He tried to wait for people to calm down and didn't want to waste any of his routine parts. So he decided to do something else in the beginning. But you can do better stuff at the beginning, man, bro. Yeah, again, I'm really picky right here. And this is just my objective observation. Yeah, but can be better. But let's not be too picky for the beginning. Let's see what he was doing afterwards.
Let me teach you how to count. 1, 2, 3.
And then he started, and already in the second bar, he made a mistake. And like he was counting to 3 on the second part, he was already making a mistake. And then when he was combining all together, for me, it felt like he was speeding a little bit too much.
All together.
I don't know why. Maybe also nervousness or his heart rate was too fast. I don't know. There's many reasons why people on stage would speed too much. But yeah, I think he was speeding too much, and that's why it started to get sloppy.
1, 2, 3, 2.
Yeah, he started a little bit too fast. And then when he was switching into the second part, this really fast beat, it was really impressive, really dope. But I think it could benefit from being a little bit slower. So it gets a little bit more groove. And then also his initial sounds like kick and snare, like the initial kick and initial snare would hit harder in order to make the flow of the beats easier to understand. But the beat itself is on a really high level. I need to give him to this. Again, we're watching the finals of GBB. This is a crazy level. I'm really focusing on little details right now because these little mistakes make a huge difference because it's GBB finals. He's battling against Colaps. And I think also for the judges at the end, what made them decide to make one or the other win was just little details because in general, the level of both beatboxes is insane. So before you think, Madox is really critical with him. Yeah, it's GBB finals and I try to find little mistakes, little details that maybe made River lose the battle.
Said they want look at the general. Said they want the grammatical.
Then he switched into a little melodic part, and also here the whistle didn't came through really well. I know it's a tough one to do whistles on a microphone because sometimes there's just too much air coming into the microphone and it makes it sound windy and it causes some bass frequencies that you don't want to have when you do a whistle sound. So yeah, the whistle break here for me didn't really work, although it sounded clean for me. But just the mic technique here, maybe he needs to change this.
Everybody locked it on the program. On the program.
Then he came into the next drop. I have no clue what the lyrics are. Please tell me in the comments if you can imagine what it was. But it sounded really cool. I need to give him this. And the beat afterwards has so much flow. It's so dope.
On the program.
But also here, after the slower part, at one part when he started to do the technical part, right before that, he again started to speed, and this can cause that you lose groove, you lose flow, and it's just not that easy to follow your beat anymore. So yeah, little timing problems here again.
On the program.
But the technical parts, man, it's so crazy. It's on such a high level. River is just a beast, especially with his spit snare combos, man. It's really, really unique. Then after short transition, he went into the last drop.
Voices.
And the snare, man. You guys know I love snares, and this one is really, really special. I think he's doing it like... But yeah, his inward double voice sounds really crispy here, and I just love it, man. Beat is something like... Man, such high-level sounds, like inward bass, then the vocalized click roll, and the snare with the inward double voice. Such a high-level beat. And then after that, the evolution on the drop, man, he was simplifying the first part with just the inward bass. He doesn't have the best inward bass on this planet, but it sounds good. It fits to the beat. Yeah, I wouldn't give him minus points on being not clean on an inward bass, but it's also not the most impressive inward bass. But what I love about this beat is the combination of the inward bass, then switching into his chest voice, and then combining it with this crazy inward double voice technique. So at the end, not the inward bass itself, but the combinations of all the sounds is what makes it so special. Then after this drop, he switched into a technical part. The way he went into the technical part was a little bit sloppy, but at the same time, the techniques he's doing are also really, really complex. I think there's no one on this planet that can do his techniques. Really high complexity on this part, but a bit too sloppy. Could sound cleaner, and I'm pretty sure that River, when he would be in his best form, he could do it cleaner. All right, so that was River's second round. Let's check Colaps' second round.
Let me analyze that.
The counter.
The beat is coming and you want some money heat. slashing your mind with a mental axe. Slashing your mind.
That was so much energy. It felt so short. Colaps second round, man. The counter at the beginning, I really liked the bass he was doing. It wasn't really the inward bass, but he has a really special kind of snort bass, and his snort bass sounds way fuller. So the idea of the counter was really great. But then the didn't really came through well, so not the best counter. But the rest of the round was really well structured, and these little details and slashing your mind with the mental axe, and then this I'm not even gonna try to repeat it, but it's really dope, and his sounds are so sharp. So I really love the details in between. Talking about details, let's get into the details. So Colaps started with a counter, as I already mentioned, and the snort bass. It's kind of like, but with a closed mouth. Can't really repeat it, and when he does it, it's on such a high level. He should definitely use it more, man. It's a really sick bass sound, for real. But then the inward double voice, it's not on River's level. But I think because his bass sounds so full, he still got props from the judges. As you can see, like Dilo and Reepswan are freaking out on this one. For some judges, the counter worked. Then he was straight transitioning into his routine. It was not the most elegant transition, to be honest, but it also didn't really feel awkward or something, so no minus points for this. After short build-up, he went into the first drop, and man, his scratches, what can I say? It's on a crazy level. The way he's using his voice here, and
The beat is coming and you want to when it hits.
also the details in this beat, man. It's so powerful. It's so clear. Like every sound that he does is really, really clear. I also love how he combines the inward snare with the click roll. I can't really do it. I want to practice this one because I really love the sound. It's kind of like, but with an inward snare, and yeah, it just really hits hard. It sounds like there's an inward snare and a kick at the same time. And this really helps to follow the groove because the beat itself is actually pretty slow. On every kick, on every snare, there's actually a kick too. He's kind of layering the inward snare with a kick. It kind of feels like a kick because normally a snare doesn't have subs. Yeah, so really, really good idea to use that snare. Really good sound choice. And also the details in between, you know? There's some TKs in between. It makes this beat sound so rich in frequencies. And then the next beat. No, I have no clue. But it sounds so dope, man. His spit snare. If you want to see how he does his spit snare, check out the info box right here. Colaps actually was teaching it to me. A lot of beatboxers are doing spit snare like the top lip above the bottom lip, or vice versa. I can't do it that way. But what he does is kind of like a kissing position. And then he also is like flexing his neck. This way he makes it really, really sharp. I'm still learning it, so I'm not as sharp as him. But that way, his spit snare just sounds really sharp. And he has like this triple spit snare going on. I think he's combining it with a tongue roll. That's why it sounds like he's rolling his spit snare, and it's so dope. The only problem was like the second part of it. I don't know what the idea behind it was, but the snare is kind of missing. So maybe I was out of breath or confused or something. But yeah, little sloppy on this part. Then afterwards, he had a little transition part. I guess he did it on purpose because I know Colaps to kind of like relax, release some energy and to take his time. And also composition wise, it really makes sense at this point. So I think both for like having a bit time to breathe and a bit time to like get control over your breath and also to just like take down the energy. This was a really nice placement here. And then for me, the last drop was like really the highlight of this round.
Slashing your mind with a mental axe.
Slashing your mind with the mental axe, and then this insane combos, man. It's so crazy. Like it sounds so sharp, and it really sounds like he's like slashing your mind with the axe, you know? Just at the last part before he did the second lyrical line, he got a little bit sloppy, so little minus points on this one, but it wasn't a big mistake.
Slashing your mind.
And then at the end, Colaps just decided to do something really powerful, use the slip rolls to just shake the whole room, to destroy his opponent, you know. And yeah, you really can do that. Some beatboxers prefer to do like an outro melody that brings you back home to like the intro melody. Some beatboxers do technical parts in the end. Colaps did a lot of technical parts already. So I think that was a good choice at the end to do just something really powerful. So I think it was a good choice to end up like that. So let's compare River and Colaps. Again, with my system. Arrangement or structure, I would say both are on a close level right here. Both made some really good choices in what kind of beats they would perform, how to bring the energy down in the transitions, how to bring it back in the drops. So arrangement-wise, I see both on a really similar level. Also performance-wise, I think they're both really close. There wasn't really something really outstanding, like a super outstanding crowd pleaser or something, but also both had good stage presence. So I see both on the same level. When you look at complexity, I think River had some parts where are meant to be really complex, and if he would be executing them really well, they would be way more complex than some parts of Colaps. But because he wasn't really executing it on a really high level, like Colaps did in comparison, I see Colaps slightly in the front here. Colaps had some little problems here and there, but he didn't lose his timing as much, and it was just some sounds that didn't work. But in general, like the big picture, for me, it was really clean and the execution was really well. On the other hand, River sometimes lost his timing. Sometimes it felt a little bit too fast. It was just too complex. Maybe sometimes he would need to reduce the complexity a little bit so his execution would benefit from this. So for the first round, I already said that I see Colaps slightly in the front. For the second round, for me also, I see Colaps slightly in the front. If you compare both battle styles, I feel River's style is a bit more colorful because he also has some really nice singing parts in between. He has a really nice voice control. But on the other hand, Colaps is just way more cleaner with the basics and with his technical parts. But at the end, I think both are really close, especially on the technical parts. Both are really complex beatboxers. So for me, it was amazing to see these crazy two beatboxers in the finals of GBB. I think both really deserved it to be in the finals. Let's see the winner's ceremony.
Give it up for Colaps!
His face. Oh my gosh. I look at BC too. Wow, I can imagine it's such a relief after such a long training phase, and then it finally pays off. I know for a fact that Colaps is preparing for 2 years, all his routines, practicing so much. Took a break even from YouTube, like I think for 3 months. Didn't upload anything.
And coming in second place, make some noise for River!
Yeah, but also for River, it's crazy. Yeah, congrats to my boy Colaps. He smashed it, man. It's insane. Like, he was walking through a whole GBB with just routines, right? Like, he wasn't freestyling at all. He prepared amazing routines and some counters. Like, here he was countering River once, but like in general he was really focusing on performing his routines, and it worked out really well. So I guess with routines nowadays you have better chances, guys. So work on your routines, guys. Look at Colaps. Amazing. Congrats again to the GBB champion / world champion Colaps. It was a pleasure to watch this video again, or watch it for the first time, watch the battle again. And alright guys, that's it for this video. Quick and easy. If you enjoy my content, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell. Hope you enjoy. See you soon.